ARESxGOD here, and we have to talk about this episode of Overlord, which I feel is gonna be probably one of the most influential episodes we have had, at least so far. Despite quite a lot of big things have happened in previous episodes, everything was kind of sort of going with the plan that Ainz had, Demiurge and the others. But now you have one person's actions just changing the entire course of everything, and this finally find out the name of the plan, Carrot and Stick. I gotta say I like it quite a lot. It makes perfect sense. We see how one person can drastically change the course of the world, or better said, one person's stupidity. In this case with Philip, we have quite a lot of things to talk about in this episode. And also, make sure you watch the end credit scene. Is very important. If you haven't, go back, watch it, and then come back to the video. And also, thankfully today no more sun and no more weird lighting issues, but at the same time it's raining and I don't like rain. But either way, let's just get into the episode and talk about it. Okay, so the reason why there's some context missing, especially with the Holy Kingdom and what Demiurge did, apparently the Holy Kingdom movie is gonna handle all of this, and already happened off screen, so that's why we don't really know what Demiurge did. There's that confusion there in the meeting, also that faceless thing they had on the seal towards the end of the episode, which I'm not really a big fan of this, having to wait for the movie, especially how they handle movie. Who knows when we're also gonna get that movie, so that's why it felt a bit confusing this episode, and I wasn't really sure. I thought they're gonna show it in maybe next episode in the future. I only found out about after fully recording my thoughts on the episode. I'm just gonna put this in at some point where it makes sense. So yeah, this is why things are a bit confusing, and also the issue with the mistranslation. So we're gonna have to wait for the movie to fully get the context. Now we have at the beginning of the episode the princess Renner and talking with her brother Zanak about everything that has been happening, even a proposal to become a vassal state. I gotta say, Zanak seems very capable. I like his analytical thinking, how much he kind of sees quite a lot of the picture, even if he doesn't see the full picture. I can't wait to see his face when he finds out what his sister has been up to behind his back. Hopefully we're gonna have a scene when everything is revealed and he realizes that pretty much everybody has been in the palm of Ainz, or at least of Demiurge and Albedo, and finds out what his sister has been doing. And again, like I said, he's very analytical. He sees part of the puzzle, even saying refusing to become a vassal because they don't really have control over their nobles, which is a very good point, especially after this episode, which we have the star of the episode, or the man of the hour, being Philip, drowning his sorrows because everybody around him is incompetent and it's everybody else's fault. It's never his fault. He's always right. He always has the best answers, the best idea, but the people around him just can't understand his genius. And he also meets some of the other nobles or barons. I say one of them really looked like a vampire, the tall dude. I forgot their names, especially that dude, which they have a conversation there. Got the feeling one of them didn't really like him, especially when that drink touched his vest or whatever that was, but he was still playing along with him. And this is where we see how he gets the brilliant idea, because the Sorcerer Kingdom has been transporting food through their own kingdom and just growing more and more in power and influence with the trade, and he kind of doesn't like that. He feels like he's losing money over there. Even start probing him a bit for information. He's bragging over there about Hilma, about having corresponding with Albedo through letters over there. And this is where he got mad. at losing money because of the trade and gets a brilliant idea, which we find later on he goes against the Sorcerer Kingdom, which drastically changing every interaction, everything going on around the world, and this carrot and stick plan. But we'll get to that. This is probably one of the stupidest characters we have seen in the series. Probably the stupidest, because you have actual stupid characters that you know they're stupid, they know they're stupid, but this dude thinks he's a genius. Stupid persons that think they're really smart are the biggest problem. In this case, we have Philip. Now, back Nazarick, we have Albedo doing paperwork, reports and everything, and also getting a bit worried they don't have enough manpower. He doesn't want to ask Ainz for manpower, which I think she should still ask him at some point, just make more undeads, fix everything. But also she gets a report about problems during transportation with the aids to the Holy Kingdom, which they kept saying theocracy. Thankfully, I talked to some people, and apparently there's some subtitles issues or mistranslation. It's not in fact the theocracy they are sending help to, which makes more sense. It's the Holy Kingdom. So keep that in mind. So somebody attacked the transport over there. Now, also on the other hand, we had Ainz and Momon, of course. That was Momon, Pandora's actor, with Nabe walking through town, even thinking about visiting the orphanage over there. But before they can go through it, and I'm very curious about that orphanage, curious if we're gonna get new adventurers, if this entire guild plan is gonna work with everything else. I kinda wanna see the guild master again, if I'm being honest. Like, he's really good to be around Ainz. Now, Ainz gets a call, an emergency meeting, press the suspect button among us, that Albedo asked for a meeting with all of the guardians, telling him about the transport that was attacked by a noble in the kingdom. Now, this is where it starts, everybody being suspected. Did the kingdom directly attack them? Was it the Eight Fingers? Was it the third party? Was it this somebody just being this stupid? Albedo being worried. Ainz thinking he maybe made a mistake sometime along the way with everything. Albedo still feeling really guilty about Philip, because it's revealed he was in fact the one that had the brilliant idea to attack the Sorcerer Kingdom. And this is where I like this moment quite a lot, especially for Albedo. We have Hilma being brought in as a witness, and to say she was scared would be an understatement. She was trembling, probably beyond terrified, being in the presence over there, especially after everything she's been through. We have Ainz using Dominate to ask her, so she couldn't lie. Was she involved with the incident? She wasn't. Do you ever have been told you have had multiple personality? Do you have any animosity towards us? She didn't. Those hers being so afraid, they completely brainwashed her, and even more after what Ainz did, because Albedo wanted for her to take responsibility for Philip, you know, her superior taking responsibility for a subordinate. But I really liked how Ainz handled that perfectly, and made even more sense after the reveal of the carrot and stick plan, saying, where, I'm paraphrasing a bit, where does this responsibility end? Now, Hilma takes responsibility for Philip, okay, then you're gonna have Albedo take responsibility for Hilma, since Hilma is her subordinate, and then at the same time you're gonna have Ainz taking responsibility for Albedo, since she is his subordinate. So in the end, Ainz can never be blamed. So yeah, where does this end? We're gonna have carrot and stick at the same time, the stick being for the kingdom. So Hilma is innocent, her punishment being to have countermeasures against Philip. And I really liked that moment quite a lot. Kind of gave everybody else some food for thought, so to say, not always go for the stick, which is a very important lesson. This was probably a very good teachable moment, especially for for Albedo. Now, Hilma, after she was sent back, she was like, she found a new religion, had an epiphany. All of her subordinates, did they use something on you? Did they torture you again? Are you okay? Do you need anything? What happened? And she was like, I have found the religion, and the religion's name is Eins. He was so kind and reasonable. We have to serve him, and even they agreed. So he probably gained the same fanaticism that the other NPCs at Nazarick have for Eins. So she's in the cult, to say the least. Now the question still remains: maybe somebody using Philip, kind of playing him along with those two nobles, the new faction. To use him to start all of this. This is where you have the plan being revealed back in the meeting room, the carrot and stick plans. Even Eins wanted to hear, of course. He didn't really know about the plan, he's just still playing along. They wanted to start a civil war in the kingdom, absorb them, and thankfully for Eins, Shaltir asked her, hey, but this is good for us. We have chaos starting, a civil war. What's the problem? Thankfully, we got an explanation that the trouble should start with the kingdom, as in the Restize kingdom, but not against the sorcerer kingdom, which is a very good point. Philip didn't start a civil war, he went against the sorcerer kingdom. This is a major problem. Now, I like that Demiurge is probably one of my favorite characters, because they all started suspecting everything. Is somebody manipulating him? Did they do this on purpose? Was the kingdom responsible for this? There's no way somebody can be this stupid, right? Referring to to Philip. But somebody could be. Eins making a good point. Maybe we cannot understand stupidity, but Eins can understand even an asinine idiot. Of course he can, and somebody definitely can be that stupid. And we see they gather all of the useless nobles into a faction to get rid of them after their at some point, and this is where they instantly went for their first instinct, wanting to punish all of them, kill them. Demiurge wanted to punish the nobles, Shaltir wanted to punish the entire kingdom. Albedo agreeing over there, but Demiurge remembering some words from Eins. It's easy to rule with violence, but you make enemies along the way. And this is where he gets permission from Eins to make drastic measures after being asked, has this plan truly failed? And it clicks for him. Wait, you brought the empire under your control, so this makes sense. We're gonna use the carrot and stick plan internationally. The empire gets the carrot, as in they're gonna be very well taken care of them. They're gonna become a vassal state, so definitely the carrot, the good end. And then the kingdom gets the stick to make an example out of them. Oh, this was the 10,000 year plan over here at work. This was one of the best moments in the episode. I like Demiurge, how he just jumps to conclusion and gives Eins all of the credit for all of his own ideas, just assuming this was always part of the plan. I love you, Demiurge, and please never change your Eins. That's right. Of course. Why not? I'm having so much fun with the series. And yeah, I'm curious to see how the world is gonna react to this and what exactly is gonna happen to the kingdom, especially after the end credit scene, which I hope you listen to my advice, have watched it. Now, back in the Restize kingdom, we have Zanak meeting with his father, everybody being there, talking about everything that has happened, the incident with the robbery. They got a notice, a hostility of all of the other kingdoms that were working with the Sorcerer Kingdom, putting their seal over there. So it was more than official that this has become a very, very big incident. And they also mentioned those faceless. Who exactly are those? Now, still thinking, maybe a third party manipulated Philip. Zanak, like I said, I like him. He wanted to take responsibility, knowing that it was Philip again back at the middle of the episode, the same thing that Heinz also had to deal with. But he was also willing to make the hard choices, wanted to sacrifice Philip, but his father was against him, saying, "You're gonna sacrifice an innocent, noble one of our people." I wouldn't really call him innocent, and I wouldn't want him as one of my people, if I'm being honest about Philip. One of the lords there suggesting they become a vassal state, but this might be a bad hill to die on, literally, because the king refusing, saying you would insult the dead, everything they have lost in that big fight at the end of season 3. Now, I can agree with that on principle, true, but it's literally gonna be a hill you're gonna die on. You're not gonna win this if you go against the kingdom. But had an idea, which we see in the end credits, in saying, I have an idea. Thought the episode was about to end, saying Albedo is gonna come again to meet with everybody, especially with the king. And we see the end credit scene. Hopefully you have seen it so far. The king meeting with Albedo in the throne room, actually bowing down, apologizing, and saying, I hope this can be resolved with my head. Basically offering his life to protect the kingdom and Philip at the same time. He might look like a dumb king, but he is a king for a reason, willing to go this far for his people and the kingdom, to offer up his life. Now, I don't know if Heinz, Albedo are gonna take this offer. Is gonna be interesting. Even more the promise between Zanak and Renner, if Zanak ever gets the throne. I'm curious about that also, and especially his reaction when he finds out that Renner has been playing the other side. But yeah, I gotta give a lot of credit to the king of the ARESxGOD kingdom, and I can't wait for next episode. This just shows how much stupidity and one person can drastically change everything, and you gotta give respect to the carrot and stick plan. Now it's international. Man, it's so fun. I'm having a lot of fun with the series. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, especially the key moments in this episode, and what do you think? Are they gonna accept the offer? Don't tell me if you have read the source material, just your honest thoughts if you're anime only. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Overlord. I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.